One of the things we desire to encourage our churches and deacons to consider is the difference between ministering to people and ministering to property. And some churches, I would say, err in leaning too much on the diaconate to care for the property of the church, and in a sense, almost serving as in some of our churches we'd call them trustees. And um, while I think that biblically we could argue that the work of the deacons is to be sure that the elements of worship are in their place, that the circumstances of worship are conducive towards worship. When you put all the responsibility of taking care of the church buildings on your deacons, that can be a lot of responsibility that can, in a sense, distract them actually for the maybe more important responsibility of ministry to people.
Right.
And I think that I would argue that one of the reasons that we ordain deacons is not so that they're the set up the chairs guys, because you don't need to be ordained to set up chairs, but because they're
Right.
ministering to people, they're getting into people's lives
Yeah.
and advising, counseling, encouraging God's people, His sheep, and I would argue that that's one of the reasons why we have such a high calling for and high qualifications for those who would be suited to the office of deacon.